In our last episode, we finished the Texas Hill Country bike tour in Austin. After a much-needed hot shower, we packed our bikes into our van and pointed west towards New Mexico. New Mexico is one of those states we always wanted to explore further, but we usually got pushed out by the weather. By the time we close up the shop for the season, the high desert is already cold. This year, however, we made it a priority to spend time there and planned a couple strategic stops before chasing some warmer temperatures. Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. And today we're going to take you to New Mexico. We are in the Bisti Badlands Wilderness area. And we're just going to take you along with us. So we are going to take a day hike and go check out these amazing rock sculptures that have been formed by wind, rain, weather, erosion over the years. And I've seen pictures of this online and I have been so excited to come check out this area. So come along with us.
Good boy. Yeah.
We'd like to interrupt this episode with a Melvin Zoomies episode. When we first start our walks and adventures, somebody's a little too excited and doesn't want to just walk.
So today we are in the Bisti Badlands Wilderness, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And we are on the Navajo territory, and we're just gonna take a hike and go see all the different rock formations. This area is very unique with its rock formations, and just spend the day exploring and seeing what there is to see. Basically, all these rock formations are formed by water, wind, and erosion, and we don't really know what we're gonna see, so we're gonna take you guys with us. So about a half a mile from the trailhead, you get to the chocolate hoodoos, and you come up over this hill, and then you have this reveal of all these hoodoos. It's pretty cool. And the interesting thing about this wilderness area is that dogs are actually allowed on leash, which is a lot different from other places that I've been in wilderness areas. So Melvin actually got to join in the adventure with us today. Translated from the Navajo language, Bisti means the large area of shale hills, and Denazin takes its name from the Navajo word for cranes. This is the flat top region, and it is a bunch of like knee height hoodoos. It's kind of cool. It's funny walking Melvin through because he's about the same height as the hoodoos.
So we've been walking for about 2 miles now in Bisti Badlands. Hopefully I'm saying that right. We did our best to look it up before we came here. One thing to note, there is no cell service out here and there's no trails. So you do have to find your way to the attractions, and it's a pretty wide open space. I wouldn't say it's extremely difficult, but what I would say is you probably want to have a map downloaded before you head out here. We got ours from All Trails, and that's helping us, find the highlight reel as you wander around. But everything around here is interesting, so you won't be bored. Next stop, cracked eggs. Let's check it out. So they do look like cracked eggs, and what's interesting is these rocks look like they have layers.
So we made it to the cracked egg section of Bisti, and it's pretty cool. It looks like they used to be hoodoos and the water's washed them away, so the only thing left is the top rock.
But what's really interesting is when you take a closer look at the rocks, it looks like there's layers of rocks. It's hard to explain, but...
So as the rocks break, they actually do look like eggshells. So it's pretty cool. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before.
Nope, this is strange, but very neat. So this place changes so much as you walk through it. There is no uniformity to what's happening out here in terms of the erosion and the rocks and the structures. It is wild.
And then we come around the bend and there's petrified wood. There hasn't been any trees, any wood, anywhere for like 3 miles. And then there's pieces of petrified wood. So I wonder how long the petrified wood's gonna be here, because there's like shards of it on the ground. And I'm sure every time it rains, it's probably breaking it up a little bit, but you think it's wood, but this is solid rock. And it used to be wood. I don't know. I don't get how it happens. I gotta read about this. All right, so I did some research. Wood becomes petrified through a natural fossilization where the original organic material is slowly replaced by minerals. The process requires specific conditions where the plant material is quickly buried and protected from decay, and then mineral-rich groundwater fills the cells molecule by molecule, which preserves the wood's microscopic structure, growth rings, and texture in perfect stony detail. So basically, it turns a temporary organic object into a permanent stone replica. Wow. What is there to not love about nature, and why do we still have to fight to protect public lands and wilderness areas?
This is a 40-foot log, petrified wood. I mean, I know it's petrified wood, but I can't help but be like, is it? That is solid rock. So as you're walking around and feel like you're just walking on rocks and pebbles and things of that nature, take a closer look when you're near the petrified wood area, because this is all petrified wood. Whole pile of it.
So we are at the tabletops area on our tour, and it's a bunch of hoodoos that are probably like 8 to 10 feet tall. Some of them are a little taller. And the tops of the rocks are nice and flat like tabletops. I can't get over how many hoodoos are in this area. They're as far as you can see.
So we are just coming up on Eagle's Nest. It's way up there.
We thought it was a rock formation, but it's an actual eagle's nest. There's a lot of sticks up there.
All right, we are more than halfway through our tour. We just came from the Eagle's Nest, so we have seen chocolate hoodoos, tabletops, cracked eggs, Eagle's Nest, and we are continuing. Might have even forgotten a few, but this place is pretty cool. You could spend a couple days here and never see it all, but the highlight tour is a nice walk, and you really do get a bit of everything. There's tons going on here.
More hoodoos. Everywhere you walk, you run into formations like these. These are just a whole bunch of little hoodoos on the side of this hill. Tiny ones. These are little hoodoos. So this section's called the Valley of Bones. And this one's got a lot of little rock formations, but some of them look like bones. To my knowledge, there aren't any real bones. Here's another one. But I might call it the land of the dinosaur eggs. Just saying.
So we're 5 miles in. We're a straight shot back to the parking lot from here.
We've really enjoyed our time in Bisti today. I'd say it was about 40 degrees today. If you don't mind coming in the wintertime, you can have the place to yourself. There was about a dozen cars in the parking lot, so that made us a little nervous, but there is so much to see and you really aren't bumping into people that much.
So for a 2-hour drive outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Bisti Badlands is definitely worth your time, definitely worth a stop, and it's a nice 5 to 6 mile loop if you do it the way we did it, and you get to see a ridiculous amount of geology. It's just ever changing, plenty to look at, fun to photograph, and also the nightscapes can be fantastic here as well.
We just got back to the parking lot. We can stay here overnight, so I think we're gonna camp here overnight. We're gonna jump into the van. Temperature's dropping. I'd say it's probably, what, mid-30s right now? And the wind's picked up. So we're gonna jump in the van, get warm, probably have coffee, make some dinner, and we will catch back up with you guys in the morning as we head to Shiprock. Good morning, you guys. So we slept at Bisti Wilderness last night, and there was no one here. It was a perfect night, super quiet. And today we're gonna take you guys to Shiprock and to the Four Corners. So let's go. So we just stopped in Farmington to gas up, and now we're on Navajo Road 36. And we could see as we were coming down the hill, Shiprock. And we are 38 miles away from Shiprock. That's how big this rock is.
So this ridge line just seems to rise out of nowhere in the plains, and this is a long wall, and that might be, I don't know, 15 feet wide, very vertical, and then it unveils at a more even random rock formation in the background called Shiprock, and it just looks from a distance to be just standing all by itself in the middle of nowhere. As you get closer, you can see this ridge line, but really neat.
So I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get closer to Shiprock, but we continued down Route 13 and there was a dirt road to our right. So we continued probably 3 more miles down the dirt road and got even closer to Shiprock. Shiprock was named after a 19th century clipper ship. I guess it resembles that. But in Navajo, they named it the Winged Rock. And I'm not going to try and pronounce the name because I'll just destroy it, but I'll leave that up on the screen. And basically it juts out of the ground over 1,500 feet. So it's pretty impressive because everything around it is pretty short compared to it. And I was really surprised that coming down this way, we could see it 38 miles away. So it's pretty big, it's pretty impressive. And if you are in the area, you're not going to spend tons of time here, but it's definitely worth checking out.
What's equally impressive for me is the fault line or the ridge line or whatever it might be called that leads up to Shiprock itself. It is definitely volcanic. It happened over 30 million years ago, and it's probably only 15 feet wide and very straight up. It's pretty neat. So we're about 5 miles out to Four Corners, and we're so close. We have to check it out. I know it's kind of touristy, but we're going to check off that box anyway.
The Navajo Nation Four Corners Monument, Travel Parks USA, $8 per person. So this is a no drone zone and no dog zone. So Melvin will not be able to stand in the Four Corners, unfortunately. While some might consider it a tourist attraction, it offers a unique opportunity found nowhere else in the United States, standing in 4 states simultaneously. The monument is managed by the Navajo Nation, and nearby you can purchase handmade crafts from local Navajo vendors and try traditional Navajo food. We think it's worth it for a brief detour if you're already nearby.
So we just wrapped up at the Four Corners Monument, connecting New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, and Utah. And you have to stand in line for a second to get your photo, but I think we got our photos, so we're good to go. Next, we're headed to Page, Arizona, where we're going to try the lottery for the wave, which my wife has been trying to do for the last 5 years.
Thank you so much for coming along in today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and you follow us on Instagram if you want some more up-to-date stuff. See you guys next time.